And we're back for another episode of Buzz on Real Estate. I am your host, Broker Bryce, owner of Coldwell Banker Anabasis Realty, and I am here with a very special friend of mine, my boy Tony.
What's up, bud?
How we doing?
Good, man.
Good to see you, brother.
Likewise.
So happy to have you here on the show. We've been friends for quite some time now, and not only that, I've seen you absolutely crush it in the real estate market. So I'm super happy to have you on here. And my goal with the show today, I want you to really walk through your journey, like how you transitioned into even doing real estate and then becoming from going to a new agent to top producer. Because one thing that we all know is that 90% of real estate agents in today's market end up becoming letting their license lapse within 5 years and not producing anything. 90%. That's a huge fail rate.
Yeah.
So for those that end up producing, it's an even smaller fraction of a percentage of those that become top producers. So you're a member of an elite class. So I'd love to hear your story.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
by the way,
of course.
This is a really cool concept. But no, my mother and father actually did real estate since I was a kid. My mother works for Fidelity right now. My dad does homeowners insurance and appraisals. So real estate was kind of always in the cards for me at some
In your
point.
blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone said that I should do it. And I was always doing other things. I went to college. I went to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, got my bachelor's degree in air traffic management. Unfortunately,
That's a whole different path.
I aged out. So unfortunately, the career field, you have to be, I think, under 33 to even apply.
Okay.
And I passed each exam, but you have to pass within like a certain caliber. It's like
Okay.
best qualified, highly qualified, and qualified. I got qualified like 7 times. So eventually I aged out, and then I started working for a logistics company.
And when was this?
This
Did you go into
logistics? 2019.
2019. Okay.
And I didn't last there very long by choice.
Yeah.
They had restructured their financial department, and my paychecks just weren't exactly what they should have been.
Yeah.
So I had a strong retirement plan, and I was investing aggressively into it. And then one day, I took my license exam, I passed it, and the next day I pulled out of that fund and put in my 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's a big risk. And a lot of people, I feel like, are sometimes scared to bet on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of real estate agents come in and they're like, oh, well, I have this other job and I want to make sure that like I can get consistent income in real estate before I, fully transition. And then they're trying to do 2 things at once. And I see those people always struggle to really get anything done with real estate because you have to give it your all.
Yeah.
So would you say that is what made the difference, was just going in head first?
Yeah, there's no half in, half out in real estate. You just can't. You can't dabble in it. You can't get your feet wet in it. You got to go all in or not.
Yeah, I agree.
And unfortunately, our industry is full of part-time agents who have maybe 3 transactions a year. And that's what separates, top dogs from little dogs.
Exactly. So what was the first company that you worked for in real estate when you first got your license?
It was DJ and Lindsay Real Estate in Jacksonville. They have an office in St. Augustine as well. Great business model.
Oh yeah.
Tons of exposure to
that's
the
a lot of reps.
Yeah.
Really quick.
Yeah. Training structure was there. Mentors were there. It was a really good environment to get started off.
Yeah.
But I realized early on that there was no upward mobility. So like if I ever wanted to start a team, it's not a possibility.
Yeah.
If you're not producing, if you're not working, you're not eating.
Yeah.
I eventually wanted to get into, team management and agent nurturing, and then do kind of my own sphere of influence on the transactional side.
So, where does that come from? Is there just like a innate sense of leadership, like a desire for leadership, or where would you say that comes from?
I think a lot of it comes from the fact that you can't really work on other people until you actually have a good understanding as to how you are as a person and you're fine in tune with yourself.
Yeah.
So essentially, me putting into others and pouring into others is also benefiting me because I am
Yeah.
forced to be the best person of my version or the best version of myself.
Absolutely.
So that's where that really comes from, and I love helping people.
I agree. I love helping people too. I mean, honestly, like from my business, being able to bring in new agents and see them start to actually develop their
Hmm.
careers and close deals and become something is it's gratifying.
Yeah.
Like it feels good to build others up and watch them succeed with the knowledge that you have and
Hmm.
able to pour into people. So I think it's awesome, and I'm glad that you have that innate desire because a lot of people don't have the willpower to take on anybody else but their own problems.
Yeah.
So
It's more so too, like, you have a good handle on like that transactional side on listings and, buyers and everything like that. It's
mhm,
like, what's the next challenge? Like,
exactly.
what's the next step? Because if you stay stagnant in this industry in whatever aspect,
hmm
you're going to fall short.
What do you think about the industry right now? I feel like there's a
Hoopla.
lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, you've got Zillow doing what they're doing, you got Compass doing what they're doing, and then you've got all this new AI and new systems and new things going on. People are going down rabbit holes of, okay, you need to focus on SEO for AI and make sure that you're populating in search results on Chat GPT and this and that. What do you think, like what's the foundation of your business right now, and where do you see the market transitioning to over the next couple of years?
So, needless to say, it's a challenging market
Oh
for
yeah,
both parties, buyers and sellers.
absolutely.
I personally think that buyers have a little bit more leverage than sellers at this point. However, that's not to say that if you price your home accordingly and you market it right, it won't sell quick.
I agree.
Um, the challenge in this industry is also the opportunity. AI is kind of making a lot of headways in our industry in
I
general,
agree.
but also in our industry. It's very easy to get distracted with all of these other things when it comes to, um, different kind of training platforms or different kind of AI platforms. Which one do we use? Do I put out content? What kind of content do I put out?
hmm
It's very easy to get distracted and have paralysis of analysis
Yep,
and never do anything.
exactly.
You have to
Yeah.
be laser focused on one aspect and where you want to drive your business from, whether it be social media content, whether it be farming, whether it be circle prospecting, things of that
hmm
nature. Um, and once you dial in on that, then you dial in on the systems after the fact.
Yeah. Where would you say are the maybe couple of areas that you're laser focused on in your business?
I really love Mandarin.
hmm
Um, it's got pretty good price points, kind of varying anywhere from 300 to 5.5 million.
Oh yeah.
Um, I just love the vegetation and the horticulture in that area. There's Spanish moss, there's overhanging trees. The school system is actually very good for being in Duval County as
I
well.
agree.
Yeah, I love Mandarin. If I was to focus on one specific area, I'd pick that. Obviously, we love the beaches too.
Of course. Yeah.
It's a different kind of clientele.
What are you like farming that area? What does your business look like? Are you circle prospecting? Are you farming? Are you advertising? Are you
Mhm.
working leads? Like what does that look like?
So right now, I am actually having a 12-month magazine
Okay.
coming out in Great Mandarin.
Okay.
A past client of mine is actually the cultivator, orchestrator, owner of that magazine.
Editor or
Yeah,
something?
and
Okay.
as a wedding present, he hooked me up with a 12-month issue on the magazine.
That is super cool.
Yeah, that was a really good gift.
That's an amazing
Andy
gift.
Tidwell, you're a man.
You're the man.
You are the man. Um, but yeah, Mandarin. I'm gonna be doing circle prospecting as well as soon as that magazine comes out.
Uh-huh.
Um, and kind of using that magazine as kind of like a conversational point.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Cool. Outside of the magazine, what does your daily efforts in your business look like? Like you wake up every day. Are you working your sphere? Are you making cold calls in the morning? Are you running like what does that look like for you from a day to day, week to week to really be a top producer?
So I have a pretty good book of business right now that keeps me busy from probably 7 a.m. to about 9 p.m. So I don't.
Those are the hours of a real estate agent, by
Yeah,
the way, and it's not Monday to Friday.
it's
It's
not.
Monday to Sunday.
So a lot of my day to day is more so going on appointments, going to inspections, having consultations with people that I've already cultivated relationships with over the phone,
hmm
or via Zoom if they're out of state.
Yeah.
Um, with regards to like prospecting hours, it's really been always like 3 hours a day. Either 9 to 12, 9 to 11.
Yeah.
But I've had to dwindle that down to about an hour a day. Yeah, it's a
And
good problem to have.
and you know what I think is really interesting about that is that I see some newer agents that are scared to even prospect for just an hour a day.
Yeah.
Like sitting down for an hour and making 50 calls is like hard for them, but you're doing 2 to 3 hours and you're a top producer and you're having to dwindle down to an hour to save your time, but you're still putting in that prospecting time. I think that's super important for agents to understand that want to become top producers, is that you need to constantly be prospecting, or at least already have everything built up to the point where it continually flows, because that's your future paychecks. And not being afraid to get on the phone and sit there and prospect for a couple of hours, and I mean, that's your job. And you've got to be self-motivated. You got to be willing to wake up every morning and tell yourself, all right, I'm going to prospect from 9 to 12, because nobody's going to tell you to do it.
Yeah. The beauty about real estate is that it's also the curse about real estate. You have the autonomy to do it, but you have to do it.
You have to do it.
And I feel like a lot of newer agents are a little bit more skittish and a little bit more timid on the phones early on when it comes to prospecting, because they have this thought process in the back of their mind that there's an agenda on this phone call. There's not, dude.
Yeah.
Or do that. Just be yourself, dude.
Just be casual.
Just be casual.
That's what I tell everybody. Be casual. Don't be too salesy.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Is there a sales aspect in real estate?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You're selling yourself, really, at the end of the day.
Mhm.
You have products, you have packages with your listing consultations, and you have skills that go along with it. But ultimately, you boil that down, it comes down to yourself.
Absolutely.
So
yeah. So if there are ladies and gents watching this right now that are interested in maybe learning more from you, they're a real estate agent, or maybe they're buyers and sellers that are potentially interested in learning more about how you work in your products and services, what would you tell them?
Well, in relation to the agent, I would always say it's never a bad thing to get perspective from different agents. Get a better understanding as to their story, get a better understanding as to why they chose the broker that they're with, why they chose the route, and basically do whatever works for you. No one can give you clear-cut advice as to what broker to go with, what to do, because it's got to be tailored to you.
To your needs.
Exactly. Gain
Absolutely.
perspective, understand why they made those decisions, and just get a better feel for them as a person. If you ultimately want to work with that person down the line, whether they be your team leader, your broker, your agent companion, whatever the case may be, that's how I would orchestrate that. With any kind of clients, buyers, or sellers, I always just say, just give me a shot at the batter's box.
Yeah.
You won't be disappointed. That's all I ask for.
Yeah.
You don't have to work with me. I can take it if you don't want to. I got thick skin. I've been doing this for too long. I'm prior military myself. I had drill sergeants literally chew me out to my
service,
face.
brother.
For sure, dude.
Yeah.
Just give us a shot at the batter's box, and you won't be disappointed.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed. I always say one of the best objections to that, whenever people say, "Oh, I already have an agent," it's like, hey, are you going to go to a car dealership and then the very first sales guy that walks up and gives you the first test ride, you're working with them? Or are you going to go to multiple dealerships, figure out who's got the best financing options, going to give you the best payment for the actual best value of car that you're going to get for your money, with somebody that gives you real tailored white glove service for what you're looking for? Are you going to go with the first agent that walks through the door? So I always recommend, hey, put 2 or 3 options on the table, whether it's a contractor, whether a roofer, or an agent that's going to represent you on the biggest purchase of your life. It is worth your time to hear out the different products, services, offers, skills that different agents have. And like you said, maybe if they give you a shot in the batter's box, they won't be sorry.
Yeah, and I understand it from a seller's perspective. It could be a little grueling going through hour-long interviews with different agents. Like you said, just limit it to 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I always strive to be the first one in the door or the last one in the door.
Yeah.
Preferably the last one in the door, because that's the one that actually
you
remember the most. You remember the most. You remember the most.
Absolutely.
With buyer's agents, it's a little bit different. As you know,
Absolutely.
we have documents that we need to sign before we even tour a house.
Oh yeah. It's a pain,
dude. It is a pain, but it's the times that we live in right now.
Absolutely.
Tour 3 houses with 3 different agents. If they don't tell you that there is a 1-day agreement to where you don't actually have to work with them after that
They're
day,
lying.
they're lying.
They're lying.
And that's enough reason to not work with that agent.
Exactly.
Whenever I meet someone as a buyer, I always give them like, hey, listen, I'm not naive. You don't know me. I don't know you. This is a one-page document
Here's
that
a
just
free
outlines.
look agreement. You
Correct.
don't owe me crap. I'll
Correct.
open the door. You'll see if you even like me.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Any final thoughts to leave with the audience before we wrap it up here today?
Stop trying to time the market as to when to get in. It's right when it's right for you.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Agree 100%. Last quarter, actually, the average interest rate that we wrote on all of the contracts in our company was 5.99.
Another up.
And everybody, that's because of seller concessions, buy downs, negotiations. It's not because rates are 5.99. It's because there's agents working to make those rates happen. So I always tell buyers, hey, don't, like you said, don't try to time the market. If you could get a 5.99 on this house right now, would you move on it? And if the answer is yes, then let me do my job and negotiate for you and make it happen.
Correct.
Yeah. I think that's a great thing to leave with you guys. This is an absolute killer. If you guys want to connect with him, how can they get in touch with you?
My personal cell phone number is not a 904 number. It's 239-222-2134. Pretty simple. A lot of twos. 239. Yeah, 239-222-2134.
Awesome. Well, connect with him. You won't be sorry. Give him a chance in the batter's box. And if you're an agent looking to connect with him as well and learn from him, I do not think you will be sorry. Thank you so much for coming on the episode today.
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate you, brother.
Likewise.
And again, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Buzz on Real Estate with your host, Broker Bryce, owner of Coldwell Banker and Anabasis Realty. And I will catch you at the next one.